Hello all, Arpita here, and I am going to demonstrate SAP GRC's new enhancement, that is Complete Access Management. So till now, for SAP GRC integration, we use only for risk analysis along with the SAP Direct connector, where provisioning is happen on SAP Direct application and the access request will go to the GRC for decisions like approve or reject. And we are not able to manage the users and roles belonging to the connected systems in GRC. So with this implementation, SAP GRC connector is now enhanced to support access management functionality. Access management functionality includes aggregation of users and roles belonging to the connected systems in GRC, creation and updation of users belonging to the connected systems in GRC, add, remove entitlement, and enable disable for the users belonging to the connected systems in GRC. So this will be enable the usage of SAP GRC connector to manage users and their accesses on all the connected systems in SAP GRC landscape. So so now we can use SAP GRC for risk analysis purpose also, and with access management also, where in access management we can manage users and roles connected to the systems in GRC, and for risk analysis we can uh, integrate with SAP Direct and we can use it for decision making. So here in this diagram, you can see that IdentityIQ is connected to the SAP GRC Access Management, and this SAP GRC Access Management system is having different SAP on-premises and SAP cloud applications connected. So you can aggregate the users and roles of these different applications into the IdentityIQ via SAP GRC Access Management functionality or SAP GRC Access Management application. So here are the references documents. This is the design document link and test plan document link. Also the user story information is provided here. So now let's move to the demo part. So before moving to the IdentityIQ, I will show you my SAP GRC system, which is I used as a test environment. So I have already logged into this system. Let me show you the product versions of this system. So here you can see that the installed software components of this system and installed product versions of this system. Then let's perform SM59 transaction to check the different SAP systems which are connected to this SAP GRC system. So here under the ABAP connections, you can see that these many SAP applications or SAP systems are connected to this SAP GRC system. So here SAP IDS is one of the SAP ERP system which is connected to this SAP GRC system. So I will show you in the demo how to perform operations on this system via this SAP GRC system. So let me show you this SAP IDS system as well. So here let's log into this SAP IDS 800 system, which is a ERP system. So here we into this system, and now we will proceed to our IdentityIQ for next demo. So here under the applications, I have created 3 applications where SAP GRC is an old integration application that is with risk analysis, and And these are the required parameters I have given already for this. Along with this SAP GRC application, I have created this SAP Direct application where I have enabled this SAP GRC settings, and I have already performed one request for this risk analysis with old integration. I will show you that request. So this is one of my user Charu Sen, for which I have requested the HR risk role for this SAP Direct application. And here you can see that the SAP GRC request ID is generated with this ID. So I have logged into that SAP GRC portal and approved this request already. So it is committed, and you can see that the execution status is completed. But that's how our old integration was working. And now with the new enhancement, I will show you. So this is SAP GRC Access Management. I have created a new application, and here if you can see at integration mode, I have selected this access management, and these are the required parameters for this application. Let's perform test connection here. So here you can see that the test connection is successful. Let's save this. Then go here and I will show you the schema for this SAP GRC's access management application. So these are the schema attributes for account, and these are the schema attributes for role. This is the create provisioning policy which is added to perform for create operation. So this is the attributes which are mandatory for creating an account. So let's now move to the task. So I have already created one task for the account aggregation and one task with the role aggregation. I have already executed both of these tasks. So if you can see, the status is success for these both tasks. So now let's check one of the identity which is aggregated as in account aggregation. So I have already aggregated this Marvel identity, and if you can see here, application account is SAP GRC Access Management. And if you expand these application details, then you can see that the attributes and its respective value. So we have aggregated the correct data here. Here you can see that the different SAP systems are assigned to this Marvel user, and also rules details you can see here. So now let's perform one create account request. So for that I have already created one identity. Bella Martin. So before that, just check this Bella identity. So here you can see that this Bella Martin identity does not have any account assigned right now. So let's create one for this. Also, if you check for this ERP system, that is SAP IDS 800, if you can see if you can select here, user Bella does not exist. So Bella user is not there on SAP IDS 800 system. So let's create one. Go to the manage access and then manage user access. Give this SAP IDS 800 HR critical action to role. Then next, then submit the request. Then complete this provisioning form. Let's submit this request. So here you can see that the form is submitted successfully. So let's check the access request. So here you can see that the request status is in waiting state. And here you can see that the request ID is generated 1408 for this request. So let's log into the SAP GRC portal. Go to the work inbox. And here you can see that the access request is created with the ID 1408. Let's open this request. So here you can see that this is for Bella Martin, and it is for creating for user and assigning the role for the user. So I will submit this request now. So here you can see that the request is completed. So let's close this request and navigate to the IdentityIQ. So we need to execute the task to complete the request in IdentityIQ. So we need to execute this perform maintenance task. So here you can see that the tasks are successful. So let's move to the access request and open this identity. And here you can see that the status is completed for this request. Let's check this identity. So here you can see that now account is created for this Bella user. And here you can see that the system is SAP IDS 800, and this is the role which we have requested for this user. So let's check this user on the managed system as well. So if you now view this user, Then it is created on this SAP ERP system with the respective details. And this is the role which we have assigned to this user. Now let's perform our second operation, that is addition of entitlements. So let's add one more entitlement to this user which we have created just now, that is Bella. So again go to the manage user access, select the user Bella and give the another systems role, that is for self system HR critical action 2. So I am assigning this role to this user and I am submitting the request. So here you can see that the request submitted successfully, and here you can see that the status is a pending. Let's open this task and here you can see the request ID for this request 1410. So again navigate to the SAP GRC portal to come to approve this request. So here this 1410 request is created, and here you can see that this is for updation of request for assigning the role to this Bella user. So I am submitting this request and approving it. So here you can see that the request is completed. So let's close this request and navigate to the IdentityIQ. We need to execute the task to complete the request in IdentityIQ. So here you can see that the tasks are completed. So let's move to the access request page, and there you can see that the request is completed. Let's check the identity Bella. So here you can see that this second role of the self system is assigned to this user Bella. Even in the entitlements tab you can see the assignment for these roles. So this is the uh, updation of user with the addition of role. So next operation is enable disable. So let's go to the manage accounts and let's to check this Bella. So here the status is active. So let's disable this user. Let's check this access request. So it is in waiting state and the request ID is generated 1411. So let's navigate to the SAP GRC portal to approve this request. So here you can see that the request is generated with the ID 1411. Let's open this request. So here you can see that it is for lock user, and it is the system is self. So for self system it is locking this user. So before just approving this request, let's check once on this system. So here you can see that the user is not locked. Let's approve this request now. So here you can see that the request is completed. Let's close this window and navigate to the IdentityIQ. We need to perform the task. Here you can see that the tasks are completed. And here you can see that the request is also completed. Let's check this identity Bella. So here you can see that the status is disabled, and for this self system it's inactive. So now let's check here on the manage system. So here you can see that this status is locked by system manager. So this user is locked now on manage system. And here also it is showing as disabled. So now let's move to the next operation, that is for certification. So I have already created one certification for this application, and I am going to remove one role from the identity. So for that I have selected this Marvel user, and I am removing this HR critical action 2 role from the system SAP IDS 800. Let's check this user once on manage system. So this is my ERP system, that is SAP IDS 800. And here you can see that HR critical action 2 is assigned to this user. Let's remove it via certification. So I am removing it. So it's revoked. Let's move to the SAP GRC portal. Here you can see that one more request is created here for the user Marvel, and for removing this HR critical action from the system SAP IDS 800. So let's now approve this request. So here you can see that it is completed. Let's close this request and navigate to the IdentityIQ. Let's execute the task. Let's check this user marble. It will take some time to revoking the request via certification. I have selected this process revoke immediately, so it will revoke this role, but it will take some time to complete the request. Let's execute the task again. Now let's check this Marvel identity. And here you can see that the role is removed from the application account details page and from the entitlements page as well. Also, let's check on the manage system for this Marvel user. Go to the roles and here you can see that the role is removed. So this is all about the SAP GRC's integration new enhancement of access management. Thank you.